better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch is brought to you by Nedbank.
Central African time. It is a Wednesday, the 6th of March. Good afternoon. Welcome to Business Watch, powered by Nedbank Eswatini, with me, Sifiso Ngumalo. Really happy to be with you over the next hour as we cover business news. And we'll start by covering Central Bank Governor Dr. Philip Nisi as he reacts to the Eswatini Stock Exchange, the Taiwan Stock Exchange, and the Taiwan Carbon Solution Exchange's Memorandum of Understanding signing that just happened. That will be the first story that we will cover, and then we will then make sense of the energy indaba currently underway in South Africa. What is there for Eswatini to learn and adopt from it as Eswatini is on the drive to be energy sustainable? Another exciting development catching a lot of attention is the drive to operationalize the Special Economic Zones program. I'm in conversation this afternoon with our business journalist Nelsiwe Ndlangamandla on that one. And then our last segment will be the market analysis with Nozi Busiso Tembe. She's a treasury dealer at Nedbank Eswatini. For now, let's look at business news. The governor of the Central Bank of Eswatini, Dr. Philip Nisi, says the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Eswatini Stock Exchange, the Taiwan Stock Exchange, and the Taiwan Carbon Solution Exchange will further strengthen the capital markets between the two countries. The governor was speaking in Taiwan during the signing ceremony between the two Taiwan organizations and the Eswatini Stock Exchange on Monday this week.
The proposed twinning of the Taiwan Stock Exchange Corporation with the Eswatini Stock Exchange and the establishment of the Eswatini Carbon Exchange in partnership with the Taiwan Carbon Solutions Exchange will go a long way in further strengthening the capital markets of both our nations. It will also provide a comprehensive mitigation framework to combat the effects of climate change. We are all in agreement now that climate change is indeed a major challenge facing both developed and developing countries. Eswatini, in particular, in recent years, has been experiencing an increase in the frequency and severity of climate-related hazards, inclusive of floods, drought, heat waves, and this presents us with challenges as we seek to achieve our sustainable development goals. Article 6 of the Paris Agreement provides a framework for bilateral cooperation amongst countries through the voluntary trading of carbon credits, and as such helps countries consolidate efforts towards achieving their climate change commitments under the Paris Agreement. I would also like to express a special appreciation to Tax-Ray Industrial Company for the key role they have played in helping us as a country to realize the potential for the cooperation between our two nations on carbon markets. The entity is indeed a true friend of the Swazi nation. The signing of the memoranda today signals the beginning of a new chapter on bilateral cooperation between Eswatini and Taiwan on the shared challenge of climate change adaptation and mitigation. We look forward to the future trading of carbon credits between Eswatini and Taiwanese entities.
Local independent power producers under Business Eswatini have attended the Africa Energy Indaba in Cape Town, South Africa, to learn of ways to produce clean energy in Eswatini. Business Eswatini's Chief Executive Officer Inathi Dlamini says for Eswatini to be energy sustainable, there is an urgent need for accelerated efforts even by independent power producers.
We are very, very proud that we have very small companies in the Kingdom of Eswatini interested in this sector who are developing projects which they brought here as they network with potential financiers and partners and on renewable energy and also to learn how they can refine their projects to make them viable going forward. We're doing this particularly recognizing, firstly, that we have a very competent incumbent in the Kingdom of Eswatini in the name of EEC, who are doing their very best to provide electricity. But certainly going forward, the potential shortages in electricity supplies are just quite glaring. And we feel that there is space for the private sector to play a role in filling the gaps that will occur. In fact, that are already occurring as we speak, but they will tend to widen as we go forward. The economy in the Kingdom of Eswatini will be growing in leaps and bounds. Projections for this year is 4.9%. Any growth in gross domestic product implies more energy consumption. When the economy grows, the need for energy becomes even bigger. And we feel we have to be ready as a country to supply energy against the backdrop of shortages, even in countries from which we buy our electricity. And we feel as such that private sector companies can effectively play that role and partner with the incumbent supplier in the name of EEC in providing the energy that the country needs.
And that's it for our business news. Let's go for a net break. We connect with Sanele Sbia after the break.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu sifile sive sikhulume.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 762222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. And And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewers' TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Welcome back. Let's discuss now one of the stories we started the show with, the exciting signing of a memorandum of understanding between the Eswatini Stock Exchange, the Taiwan Stock Exchange, and the Taiwan Carbon Solution Exchange. Why is it exciting? Well, they say Eswatini stands to gain a lot in terms of human capital capacitation and market infrastructure technology from this development. Mr. Spear, welcome to the program. Happy to have you on the program for something totally different from what we normally have you here for. But well, this is exciting. It surely excited the governors in Vilena Kakuluma. And maswat lamane ngathi akuthakasela, particularly ngiyalibona litiko letekulima lingathi litawethaba kakhulu kuloku. Climate finance, something that we urgently needed as Eswatini. Talk to me about, maybe let's start with the impact that, Eswatini was going through, being confronted with, unpredictable weather patterns, climate change, before we figure out benefits. Let's start.
Thank you. No, sibonile tindzaba te-climate ukuthi isimo selitulu siyagucugucuka onke lamalanga asisakhona ukuthi sisibuke kahle sisitawe kanjani embili nasisipredict. So lokho kuyakhanze ukuthi silive ukuthi ngasibe nanemali ukuthi sitawumisa kanjani nakuleke kuthiwa mitigation.
Right.
So kufuneka sibe nato tindlela tekuphakamise kude ukuthi sichamuke naleto timali ukuthi sesitawu mitigate kanjani ukuthi nayo climate change seyivele seyibhizi iyasilimata. And sibonile sinabo somabhizinisi bese kuyabalimata ikakhulu naba lokhanza ukuthi uyalima vele impahla takhe setilimele ummbila whatever la kakulimako lapha sekulimele kumele aqalele phansi phinze ubathi uyabuka bosomabhizinisi timoto setiphohlokile la mgwaqweni ngendzaba yema hailstorms lesingakhona kuwabona nasibathi siyabuka bese kuba kunelokhanza ukuthi sekuyalimala nebhizinisi yalimateka kanjalo. So le tindzaba tekufinance ke sokwenteka ukuthi nyalo umhlaba wonke unalenkinga ukuthi lamave lalengesheya bekangayifaki le mali la kayipromisako in every corp. So vele kunale gap lenkulu kule ukuthi letindleko itawufinance kanjani le mitigation ne readiness nako konke leto tindlela leto. So siyayisithi ke nangabe soyabona ukuthi indlela le consile ukuthi ungenta tintfo ngilokuthi uhambe uye emarket ufune imali emarket tekubuya utowenda labo bo mitigation natonke letintfo leto. So lesiya sikubone ukuthi tinkampani tethu la eSwatini generally nje Africa wonkana ukhanza ukuthi akaproduce kakhulu kangako lama carbon emissions. Kanti letinkampani letilengesheya kulamave la sekuthuthuka kakhulu lama first world countries tidzinga lokuproduce lama carbon emissions lamanengi. So kunakumbuka ke lesivumelano lesisayiniwe lesisho ukuthi inkampani leseswatini nyalo ngalokuthi ayikhiphi lama emissions la kamaningi kangako uyakhona kuhamba iyawuthengisela le nkampani lelena eTaiwan or any other company across the globe ukuthi nayi i-carbon credit yami mina ngicela ukukuthengisela wena unginike mali bese uyachubeka wena upollute ngalelo hlangothi lelo kusho ukuthi mina la eSwatini ngeke ngisachubeka ngipollute. So kuyasida ke lokho inkampani ukuthi saleti khona ukuthi nyalo nje kuvuleka imarket lensha lebevele singayisebenzisi singeSwatini sitawukhona nyalo ukuthi sithengise lama carbon credits okutawusida nokuthi umnotho ukuthuthukise kancane ngalokuthi sekuvula nje a new source of financing that we were not tapping into.
Right.
So that is the main takeaway from all of this because itawusida kakhulu kulama carbon credits. Na ungabukanza ba carbon credit kadze tacalwa kukhulunywa way back wasana nami ngisafunza abo 2006 yabo 2001 yakhulunywa but bekude lendlela letendeka ngayo la eAfrica nje bekuyindzaba lesikhuluma ukuthi awu carbon credit sonyalo siyabona ukuthi sine access to the market leti tawukhona ukuthi sithi connectengisa lawo ma credits silive.
Yeah, I mean the Taiwan Stock Exchange, one of the leading stock exchanges in the world. Ngabe from a point of view, yeah, human capital yet. How much do we seek to gain from this MOU signing?
Noma na ubuka lokho ngikona ukutasisita kakhulu silive ngalokuthi na ubuka nje kule market analysis lesenda onke lamalanga ubathi uyabuka le Eswatini Stock Exchange siyasibona ukuthi asiso stock exchange lesigijima kangako uyabona. So one of le tinto letenda ukuthi ungakhoni lokuthi sigijime kakhulu stock exchange sethu ngiloko kungukuthi kulukhuni lokuthenga kusete le digital platform. So libhange i-Central Bank beyisolo izama lokubuka ukuthi bangayenda kanjani le digitization of le Eswatini Stock Exchange sonyalo sibhekile ukuthi nase kulisto sekunale MOU nakhona lendla eTaiwan kutawusita kakhulu kulabo digitization kukhona ukuthi liswati sale kubalula ukuthi lingene litrade nje lithenge shares iphindze lithengise khona online. So sikubhekile ukuthi lokho kutawulele MOU itabe iyagijimisa lothi kwendeke, and once kwendeka lokho sitawubona ke le stock market sethu setawukhanza ukuthi sesiyange kwenyuka sesiyangegijima ngalokuthi emaswati ataba sakhona kuthenga sitabe sesimo open and more inclusive. So sitawubona iactivity leningi nasiyibuka utawukhanza ukuthi nala kulistenti inkampani kutasisita lo improve le tindlela lesibuka ngato singakati list leti inkampani lapha ku stock market sethu. So nalapho siyayibona leyo capacity leyo naloku analyze ukuthi sigcine sikhipha nje dinombolo leti in real time kwento ukuthi kube lula ukuthi noma umfulo seLondon akafuna tawu trader lakhaya kube lula. So lokho kudawukhanza ukuthi kuyayivula imali ukuthi emabhizinisi lakafuna kuyawu raise imali through stock market bathengise tabelo bathengisele abantu ukuthi bakhona owner. So naso digitize utawukhanza ukuthi vele akusaye emaswati kuphela la tawukhona kufika ngetinyawo e-Central Bank. So ukhona ukuthi wonke umfulo across the globe so vele ukuthi ayivula le market yethu la ekhaya.
It's very interesting, Mr. Sibia, as we look at another facet of this understanding. When every time we discuss the financial market with you, Sibuga, how the geopolitics of this world affect it, the relationship between Eswatini and Taiwan, one would make a good case in saying that we have probably the best bilateral relations in the world. Now, Eswatini and Taiwan, our relationship has been really amicable. This level, let's say reach with all these signings that we continue to make with the Taiwan, how important is it, particularly, in a world confronted with such geopolitics, Glamala?
Yeah. No lokho siyakubona ukuthi lele sekwendeka ukhanza ukuthi sekuyenza nje kuyayenza just emiye political arrangement emiye political bilateral relationship. So sekungena ukuthi kuyangena nakuma financial markets sibonile benta incumbi netinto lekhambelana nekulima Taiwan Technical Mission. So lokusho ukuthi nje i relationship lesingazi ukuthi inako lokuthi sonke siyawina kulobudlelwane lobukhona ngoba kunengi nalokushiyana naligwaye akusiko nje ukuthi sihamba kulete politics phela. So siyabona vele ukuthi ngiyona relationship sibonile na ngesikhathi sabo COVID ukuthi bavele abagijima bathawu nako ukuthi indawo khona ukuthi nifane nimisele ukuthi COVID ingani limati kakhulu nilive kangako. So siyabona ukuthi iyakhona lo ukuthi isita lo mnotho wethu ubufarish ephinze siyabona ukuthi neku-develop infrastructure yelive sibuka tibhedlela sibuka tonke leto nvuleto. So it has been really fruitful for the country ukuthi ichubeke i-maintain le relationship lenayo ne-Taiwan. Yes.
Speech from the throne, His Majesty the King speaks about how much, unpredictable weather patterns are affecting us, particularly Guteglima, and food security is such a big problem. In fact, poverty alleviation has been put as one of the most urgent things, like Funastiki Jimmy Segu 12th Parliament. Is this, understanding that we have signed with the Nababase Taiwan enough, or sisabuga on climate finance, how much more should we be on the lookout for, or should we be working towards getting, even just locally?
Yes, no, lesikubonile ukuthi livela kangwane ngoba na ubuka tindzaba tabo climate nangabe uyafuna lokuthi ngoba nangabe uyafuna lokuthi uyimitigate lokuyaye kuhambe embili akusiko lokwengukuthi seyifikile lesihlakalo sekwentekile kunginaki lokwengukuthi uyakhona yini lokukubona kuseda so siyasethi ma early warning systems so lokho kumcoka kakhulu nawubuka i-climate response so live la kangwane na ungabuka lisasalele emuva kule dot inhlangothi siyaye sabona nje kushaya itanqotho lamalanga lengcile kude bekashida ukuthi lesangcotho sitawuba kanje nawo bathi uyabuka siyakufuneka ngabe siyakhona kubuka litolo ukuthi litawuba kanjani ukuze balimi batawukhona lokuthi bathi plan ngalendlela yakhona nangabe litawucala late vele batshelwe balimi ukuthi nonanyelo silibona ngathi litawuphutha kucala angathi umlimi asafake phansi bese lishisa liyagadfula lokhanza athumbi la sewufile so nasibuka ukuthi silivela kangwane ukuthi nako lesi khanza sishoda ngawo kakhulu lama early warning systems zethu akasiko la ke mede indleleni leti kahle so live nje ngilinga liyakhutsateka ukuthi malinga investor kule nto info leto ngoba ngikona kumcoka ukuthi sikhona ku mitigate lama climate issues.
Yeah, but for now let's really be excited about this milestone and indeed njengoba usho sethembe ukuthi kuta operationalizewa kahle kusentshetwe nangemamvala livela kangwane sethembe ukuthi lita gaina lokunengi asibahlo lethu market esibuya sikhulumisa i-check account with Mpumi Motsamai. She's a branch manager Garnet Bank Eswatini. Welcome back to the program. You're still watching Business Watch, powered by Nedbank Eswatini. Kulesikhatsanyalo samukela Mpumi Motsamai, who is a branch manager khona eNedbank. Dasixoxisa ke nge-current account, which I believe is also called the check account. Mpumi, dasichazela kabanti ukuthi yini i-current account encane utawuphinze uverify lo ukuthi lele ngikusho kuqiniso yini.
Yes, Sifiso, kuliciniso i-current account yinhlobo ye-account lo isebenzisa noma ngabe kunini ibitwa phinze futhi nge-check account.
Engabe isebenza kanjani vele?
Okay, kusebenza kwayo i-current account ufaka imali phinze ukhiphe imali ngetindlela letihlukahlukene. Ungayifaka ekhathi ebhange kunoma ngabe ngiliphi igatsha le-Nedbank, ungayifaka noma uyikhiphe ku-ATM, which is umshini lo khona ngaphandle lo sebenza ngekuthi akhiphe kufaka imali. Ungayisebenzisa futhi ukuthi umukele umholo wakho, ungayisebenzisa futhi le account ukuthi uthumele imali kulomunye umuntu lone account, kungaba i-account yase Nedbank, kungaba i-account nje kulamanye amabhange.
Okay, engabe ngiyakhona ukuthi ingivumela ukuthi ngithenge gas noma ngibhadale imali siyathi ukuthi sokuba nalama options lawo le bantu bawathakasela. Ngabe i-current account yase Nedbank ngiyawathola yini ama options lawo?
Uyawathola Sifiso ama options lawo. I-current account yase Nedbank iyakuvumela ukuthi uthenge gesi, uthenge imali, ubhadale imali, iyakuvumela futhi ukuthi uwende ema transfers kulamanye emabhange.
Okay. Usenda lama transfers ngiyakhona yini kuwenda elicingweni ngiwenda njani vele ngiyatlo ukuthi sekwaba leti inhlango siletahlukene lokhanza ukuthi uyakhona kusebenzisa ema accounts emabhange.
Le nhlobo ye account yase Nedbank uyakhona ukusebenzisa likhasi langqondo machine, which is online banking. Uyakhona nekusebenzisa i-mobile platform yethu lo ifaka ecingweni lakho lapho uyakhona ukusebenzisa leyo mobile app noma leyo online banking uthi wende letimvo lesengichazile kufaka imali, kuthumela imali kulenye i-account, uthenge gas, uthenge imali, ubhadale imali nalokunye lokuhlukene. Ungayichecka ne-statement sakho, ungakhona nekuchecka ukuthi phambilini noma emuva i-account yakho uyisebenzise kanjani.
Cishe ngasikude le ngingakutfola ngosile account ya noma engangibani vele le account.
Le account ilungela wena lo sebentako, so now sebenta ungakhona kuyivula le current account.
Okay, okay. Ngiyahamba ke ngiyivule i-current account ngosifiso ngiyasebenta. Lokusenhloko yami lengitibuta kona ukuthi engabe tindleko time kanjani uyakhona ukungichazela kabanzi ngetindleko
Ngiyakhona ukuchazela ngetindleko Sifiso. I-current account yethu isebenza ikangu-2. Kune pay as you use. Pay as you use i-account inhlobo ye-current account loyivula le monthly charge yayo i-charge ngalendlela loyisebenzisa ngayo.
okay
Leligama lelithi pay as you use, and then kukhona nale bundle account. Le bundle account iyambanzakanya lama charges akho, so wena lo watiko ukuthi imali yakho ku account angeke uzoyisebenzise onke lamalanga, mhlambe ungayisebenzisa le bundle le pay as you use, bese wena lona ma transactions lamanengi noma lo yisebenzisa kakhulu imali account ungasebenzisa le bundle fee leta kukhepha noma leta uba nekugcina kwema charges. Lama charges ang 140 la kule bundle account.
akwendeki endlule
Akwendeke endlule.
ngifuna ngiva ngathi ngimuva kahle lo bundle ngifuna sibuyele kahle kulo pay as you use shothi asengithi ngiyothenga nyalo maboma ngithi nje ngithanza tithelo ngiyothenga tithelo lapha emarket sengiyabhadala ke nakusasa ngiyabiyela ngiyadithenga letithelo nangakusasa ngoba vele ngididla kakhulu shothi njalo nangibhadala kuyethatha le charge i-fixed in the charge leyo
Le charge ngenyanga kuwo oyi2 letinhlobo kutotonke 2 letinhlobo tale account i-fixed. Kulo pay as you use ngo54 emalangeni 70 cents bese ngala kule bundle account ng140. Leyo yi charge le chargewa le account on a monthly basis month end.
okay so ngichazele ukuthi i-account lena yemuntu lo sebentako kunebantu labathi nabasebenta khanze ukuthi bacasheke ngeperiod lemfisha ngidawubekisa labanye bacashwe 3 months lo ngicashwe 6 lo ngicashwe umnyaka so kukhona ke nalo permanent and pensionable bonke labantu labo bayakhona kuyithola le account
Bayakhona kuyithola le account kuhlukahlukana ke la ekuthenini imali lo ithola la kule account ingakanani lelo tawuholelwa yona.
okay
So kune mkhathi ke lo kunekuhlukanisa le bese sekuyendeka kulama current accounts noma ku onke lama accounts ase Nedbank. So naso uvule i-current account sibuka ngale le mali letawungena la kule account letawuvumela kwekuthi uhole lokunye lengaku-highlighta mhlawumbe Sifiso ukuthi na unale current account sesiyakuvulela letinye timvo longadenda la khathi ebhange lokufaka ekhathi mhlawumbe ukuthola i-loan lokufaka ekhathi mhlawumbe kuwenda i-overdraft lokufaka ekhathi mhlawumbe kuthengeka kwetimoto kuthengeka kwetindlu la kule current account uyakhona kuvumeleka ke ukuthi usalo utfola naleto tindlu.
Yeah, ngiyafuna lokubuta ngoba sibuya esikhatsini esimadima sabo COVID-19 la khona sihanjelwe ihlobo tethu letiningi usathinza lo ukuthi kunengi lenguthola kule account ngiyakhona ukuthi ngithathe i-loan yokuthenga imoto ngiyakhona ukuthatha i-loan yokwakha indlu ubala nje indlu letiningi ngabe ngiyayithola yini nakulaba kubita nge-funeral cover ukuthi ngikhona ukuthi sengiyawufihla isihlobo sami
Kukhona uyakhona ukuthola Sifiso. So la kule account kucishe onke ama accounts ase Nedbank uyakhona ukuthola i-funeral cover. Lokufaka ekhathi yona le current account ama funeral cover efuke ahlukene kabili kunalele fihla your immediate family meaning wena na spouse wakho nebamphana ikhona nalele extended family la so ucover khona gogo ucover khona mzala noma malume kuwo onke lama funeral cover lawo siyakhona kusebenzisa le current account kuze usidakala.
Cha ngami ngathi senginako lo ukuthi ke ngiyafuna lokukhuthala ukuthi nasiphuma la lihlelweni gijime ngeNedbank ngiyavula i-current account ngifuna singene kulamanye alama features noma letinhlangothi letingonde solo singena kuto usangichazela ufaka ekhathi ligama lithi debit card wafaka online and mobile banking wafaka direct deposit kuna interest engcenye nasingawachaza lamagama lawa ngalinye nasingaqala la ku debit card bese singena kulo online and mobile banking.
Okay, i-debit card yakho Sifiso ikhulu nguleli card lo isebenzisako na ukhipha imali emshinini.
Okay.
Leli card lelo uyakhona nokuphinza futhi uthenge ngalo esitolo, phinze futhi uthenge ngalo ku online banking which is likhasi langqondo machine.
Lapho ungalahle lelo.
Leli card lelo kufuna ungalahle. So ihlale kuwe ipin yakho ihlale ibe safe. Yakho wethu.
Okay. Kunalo online and mobile banking lengibelieve ukuthi ngeke ube naye nawude leli card.
Liqiniso lelo Sifiso. So now una online na mobile banking leli card li vital noma limcoka ukuthi ukhona access ala ma platforms lawo.
Okay. Ngabe kulama platforms sisaloke nyalo sisibuka nje lama platforms kuna online na mobile ahlukene ngani lawo la ngitho ngoba ngathi mabili amagama amabili lawa nokuthi vele atfol anani la ngekhathi acukethe ini.
Okay, kulo mobile nasikhuluma nga-mobile sikhuluma ngelicingo lwakho. So le product lena ikhuluma ngalokho lokhona kwenda la elicingweni lwakho. La ecingweni lakho uyakhona ukucheck ibalance, uyakhona ukuthumela imali kulomunye umuntu, uyakhona ukuthenga gesi, uyakhona ukuthenga airtime, kuningi nje uyakhona nekuchecka ukuthi emuva mhlawumbe noma etinyangeni letendlulile le account yakho isebenziseke kanjani.
Ngimbula kanjani ke lo mobile yena?
Le mobile platform ufika ebhange ungakhona kufika ebhange so unaleli card noma nasikuvulela leli card siyabese siyakuregister noma siyakubhalisa kule nhlobo yale platform.
Oh, seyitane prompt kuba ngilabo star.
Yes.
Kube nenombolo na.
La kule mobile platform kuba ne-app la ungena khona bese nangabe mhlawumbe lelicingo lwakho alimvumeli lo le app sesiyasebenzisa ke labo star 140 star 40 hash.
Okay. So singene ke nyalo kulo online.
Okay. Kulo online ngila so ngena khona ekhasini la ngcondo machine.
Okay.
La kule khasi la ngomvo machine nakhona uta-registela ekhathi ebhange sikuvulele ukhona na ufika mhlawumbe la usebentela khona noma ekhaya na unale internet sifiso ukhona ku-register noma ungene wende lama transactions lebese ngiwabalile.
Okay. Ngiyabona ukuthi kulo mobile banking nalo online banking kokubili uyayidinga i-internet kodwa na wenda lo kwabo star encenye khona usayidinga le internet. Sengibukela nje nagogo lo sendleleni lokhanza ukuthi kude leyo internet but uyakhona lokuchubeka avule le platform le mobile banking.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think sasikuxoxise konke ngicanga ukuthi nembukele ekhaya sawuchazeleke kabanti ngayo current account sibangakhulu isikhathi sakho Mpumi ukuthi osichazela kabanti ngayo current account. It's also called the check account sicugudela ke eMaswati ukuthi abavakashele eNetbank encenye nje ngingaphumi Mpumi ungayibuka le camera naye nje ubakhuthate ukuthi bangayapi ngoba livela kangwane libandi kunelibonjeni kuneshiselweni kunengikhabave kunahoho mina nangilaka hoho ngibhekaphi usashiselweni ubhekaphi kufuna aphathe ini.
Okay, now uvula i-account ungavakashela kunoma ngabe ngiliphi igatsha lase Nedbank eMbabane sikhona eGwamile sikhona nase Corporate Place Gamanzini nakhona sikhona e-Lifestyle Gamanzini sikhona nase Riverstone Mall sikhona na Gamanzini main branch kubukana nalamanye amabhange la khona la kuNgwane Street. Bese Shiselweni sinayo iNetbank enhlangano opposite ePosini nase Big Bend sikhona Sifiso sikhona nase Buhleni sikhona nase Simunye.
Mpumi cha sosichazele kabanti ukuthi Iswati noma ngalikuphi linganitfola kuphi iNetbank Eswatini izaba lenkhulunyalo siyathi ukuthi kwabana inkundla ekuxhumana kunetincingo kunema email address ngabe na ungabuka le camera uba tshele nje kabanti ukuthi banganitfola kuphi kule tinhlangothi leto.
Okay, ku website yethu la kuthi www.netbank.co.za ungasithola na ku email helpdesk@netbank.co.za ungasishayela licingo ku 3278 1999 3278 1999 ungasithola futhi nasetinkhundleni tekuxhumana loku Facebook, X na LinkedIn lapho khona ungasithola ngekuthi ubhale ukuthi @netbank Eswatini.
Mpumi sibuka kakhulu isikhathi sakho lomhla elihlelweni sethembe ukuthi eMaswati atakuthakasela kuhamba ayawuvula i-current account leyatiwa nange-check account. Mpumi Motsamai branch manager Nedbank Eswatini sichazela kabanti ngayo current account leyatiwa ke nange-check account chazela yona indzaba ukuthi ungabatfola likhasi labo www.netbank.co.za kanti ke uyakhona nekubathumelela i-email ku helpdesk@netbank.co.za inombolo yabo elicingo ngu 32781999 kanti ke tinkhundleni tekuxhumana uyabathola ka Facebook uyabathola ka X lobekatiwa ke nga Twitter na ka LinkedIn ka @netbank Eswatini asibahlole market sitabuya sichubeke nelihlelo.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
Thirty-four minutes after 2, welcome back to the program. Eswatini needs to complete regulations and procedures in order to operationalize the Special Economic Zones program. This is a recommendation made by the International Integrated Systems when presenting the blueprint planning for single window service implementation of the Royal and Science and Technology Park report at the Hilton Garden Inn in Mbabane. Let's look at the report.
Easy development in the kingdom. After our analysis, we focus on the 4 pillars. One is the legal framework or the legal framework. The second one is the infrastructure. The third one is the environment, industrial environment. The last one is the SEZ services. And in terms of the legal framework part, I think the challenge for now is, firstly, we have to complete the related regulations to support the investor. The law will be applicable for their investment. And also to review or to refine the organizations or the role and responsibility defined in the SEZ Act, so that everyone know what to do and their protocol, how to cooperate. It will be a very good help, will be helpful for the investors, that can create the predictable environment for the investors to their investment. In terms of the infrastructure, I would say it's basically it's okay for the current environment or current investment in the kingdom. And in terms of the industrial environment, as we see that, we have a good workforce. However, to fulfill the high-tech industry, because for example, the RSTP is focusing on the high-tech industry, they may still have some gap for that one. So our suggestion is we can start from those competitiveness industry in the kingdom already, like textile or the food processing, to introduce some technology or management processing or even the marketing or sales into the industry first. Then they can accumulate the capability for those high-tech industry, the requirement for them. And the last one about the SEZ services is about the efficiency of the administration processes in the industrial park, or the SEZ in RSTP, and also with the ministries. It can be defined more clear because for those investors, they want a documented, clear and documented and implementable procedures.
And that's it on Special Economic Zones. Let's welcome Nelson Ndangamandla, our in-house business journalist. Nelly, welcome to the program. You know, as we look at this development, I'm reminded of His Majesty's speech, Nagati. In order for the special zones, economic zones, phenomenon to be a success, he called it a phenomenon. I think this presents us an opportunity ukuthi siwachaze kahle lama, special economic zones ukuthi ayini as a phenomenon, nakwekuthi siyevalwa ukuthi vele naligama liyadishwa special economic zones sitawuthuthuka kakhulu kutemnotho. Should we really implement it kahle? Ayini vele?
Ngikhulumisene nayo i-RSTP Sifiso lapho khona ichazile kwekuthi this is sort of like a plug and play initiative lapho khona kunemhlaba lokhona that is designated kwekuthi lana kutawufike kusebente ema-investors. Ngidawubekisa nje RSTP uthi ePhocweni kuna 80 hectares lo dedicated to ema-investors, bese nakhona eNokwane nakhona kuna 80 hectares futhi, lokusho ukuthi bona utawufika wena wakhe structure sakho bese ke hulumende welive leSwatini so yakufakela emandi na gesi, and uba immune to bo corporate tax for a certain period of time to ensure this is all meant to attract investors into the kingdom, as government has said ukuthi I target yalonyaka is to grow the economy exponentially.
His Majesty is in Istanbul as we are speaking, you know, simbonile qala Turkey. Uqhubeka nge-investor drive lesiyibonile even in the previous parliament. Ahamba kakhulu with the Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Manqoba Khumalo. Now uyibeka le ndlalo uyibeka ngayo nyalo kuthenini kufuna identify letindzawo letawuletha kakhulu le ntutfuko lapha eveni with all, you know, all the imperatives that abe sahanjiswa embili ekuthenini they get, you know, red carpet treatment ekuthenini sithuthuke. One wants to ask themselves, what are the current challenges confronting this development?
Thank you so much, Sfiso. Letindzawo lapho khona kuna designated already nguye RSTP na Eswaka lena kuBoskhupe. So ema challenges labekwe nguye RSTP kwekuthi ukhanza ukuthi lama investors kusene kukhala ema regulations ikusede yebo kona ikhona le act le shoko ukuthi sekufanele kube nalama special economic zones. Ngidawubekisa nje ukuthi le act iyachaza ukuthi ERS kufanele ukuthi aqinisekise mhlawumbe dealing netindzabadala bo corporate tax because now afika lama investors for a number of years mhlawumbe kufanele angayibhadali i-corporate tax after hiring 2/3 of the workforce kufanele ukuthi 90% of those people laba hired babe taxable ungathi nje hayi ngicashile mina 2/3 wemaswati kepha lawo maswati ukhanze ukuthi ngilawa lahola kancane. So there are no regulations kwekuthi okay sithi ngeke bayibhadali i-corporate tax but kude lama regulations la bese enda ukuthi kuchubeke lokho Sfiso.
I mean, sakakhona la savela identify lama special economic zones, and I think RSTP is going to be a major player there. Ngabe ungasendlalela yini kabanti ngalawa la sa identify you?
Ibe njengoba bengiyachaza Sfiso lokuthi nguye RSTP nguye Eswaka RSTP nje nokwane uthuna 158 hectares of which kuloyo 158 kuna 80 hectares kepha ke sibe siyakhulumisana naye PS weltiko. We wanted to find out ukuthi since 2018 umthetho wabakhona, what has been done, why does it seem like it's taking long for this project to take off, nomeke for this program to take off? Usphendvulile ke naye uchazile ukuthi no bayetama. We have a clip where he says they are really trying. That's why there is this report that is being tabled now because they want to really ensure ukuthi le project lena iyasukuma because it's meant to grow the economy.
And I suppose it does really make sense at sending review le act neli local manga. I believe it's from 2018, the Special Economic Zones Act of 2018. We ought to meet global standards sisay operationalize. Ngiyatibuta ke lokho ukuthi engabe kulama investments we already have seen you know, a lot of developments lapha kangwane. The Taiwan, sesikhulumile ngeTaiwan even in our previous segment, kutsi basibambisa kangakanani. One could make an argument kutsi, you know, they have special economic zones lasavele akhona. Yes, maybe without, you know, loko kutsi lemithetho le under the act kutsi vele beba benefita kuyo, but sibonile lama businesses labawalethile kangwane kufundzisa emaswati lokusisite kakhulu silivela kangwane. I want us to look at some of the other businesses, but before sifike lapho ake silalele PS kutsi usiteni you engaged him on the very same conversation.
Umthetho ukhona wendiwa siwenda ke nama stakeholders lamanengi ekakhulu labambembile commerce. Kulomthetho kubonakala ukuthi kunetishwana letitsite lofuna sikulungisa. Le kungijabulisa konke ngiloko ukuthi lababandla lamabili solo kuyahlangana kuze ukuthi sendele tindvo lefanele ukuthi sitende. Angikuchaze ke mhlambe kulabanyeni lokho ukuthi akusomthetho lo malula ungawuthathela malula wena lokho ukuthi awu singahlala phansi nje selibandla amaviki lamabili lamathathu. Dinenge letindvo lofuna sitibuke kufuna sitibuke thina ngala ngekhathi siphinde sibuke futhi nangaphandle nekwekuthi tinhlangano lesi affiliate kuto wona lo mthetho uthi tsinsa kanjani ikakhulu leti hambelana nekuhambisa kwetimali nawo konke leto tindvo leto. So it's important lokho ukuthi sikubukisise sikunikete liso lelibandi lokuhle ngiloko ukuthi le commitment inengakhulu inkulu nale support esinayo.
Pesha Dube, Principal Secretary of the Ministry of ICT. Nelly, I think he also touched a little bit on some of the challenges. Lasi letinsaya tisasetiningana letivimbela kutsi le ntfutfuko lena ingasheshe ibe operationalized. And I know kutsi you look like you want to, you know, further tell me about some of these challenges.
Lamanye ma challenges i RSTP le wavetako ukuthi kunemithetho which are not in sync maybe nale act yabo yema special economic zones njengekuthi nje sengibekise njenge Residence Act lapho khona ukhanza ukuthi la kaNgwane kusafune ukuthi uhlala iminyaka lengaka lelithandana kuze mhlawumbe uthole i-permanent residency. So ukhanze ukuthi bo soma business bathi housing investile kusamele ukuthi ngiphinze ngihlala iminyaka lemngaka kunetindzaba tekutransferwa nekuhamba nekungena kwemali eveni ukhanza ukuthi asengibekise ufuna kuthenga ligolide uyathi kubo soma business kuyashesha kuyagijinywa keje imali kufune ukuthi icale mhlambe i-approvable central bank konke lokho ngiletinye tinkinga labathi ngidawuthi iyawuthi i-approve i-central bank liyawube seliphinze likhulile leligolide sengithini ngiletinye tetinfo labathi bayacela ukuthi kungathi dingasetshenzwa. It all goes back to the regulations ukuthi akwendiwe so wendiwe umthetho ukhona but the law alone the act alone cannot function if kude lama regulations which will serve as a guideline ukuthi okay ERS yena usebenta kanjani kuletindzaba leti central bank usebenta kanjani and all the other entities that are involved.
No, what is exciting ukuthi we had already seen ukuthi sekukhona tinyathelo live la kaNgwane lelithathako ukuqinisekisa ukuthi uma sevele sekwendeka naku lesithi sifuna ukuthi kwendeke ngema special economic zones the one stop shop center something lebe seyivele seyiqalile yendeka but silo semhlaba sinikete government insayale enkulu ekuthenini I complete phela le infrastructure particularly the one stop shop center kuze sitawukhona ku host the relevant service providers. How important is the infrastructure nyalo ke sasuka nje kulama regulations nalomthetho ekutheni nale infrastructure yethu salo iba in such a position that should we hit the ground running everything iba seamless.
The consultant is saying Eswatini is doing fairly well at indzabeni the infrastructure. We are getting there. Ours is to strengthen mhlawumbe letindzaba tekuthi ngabe kusetshenziswana kanjani all the sectors, the industry players involved basebenzisana kanjani kwekuthi baqinisekise kwekuthi bayahlangana kuze le project lena iqale isukume, which is why RSTP has said we are going to go out there after this report with all these recommendations sitawuhamba siye sibuke ukuthi engabe onke lama players angaqinisekisa kanjani ukuthi ayayidlala indima yawo. From here, from the report, they are going to go out there, meet all the stakeholders to ensure ukuthi this project becomes a success.
And indeed, it's going to be a success. I'm particularly excited about, seeing what the Turkish government is going to come in Eswatini and do, as well as other investors, le Silo Semhlaba, as well as the government. I mean, we already have empirical evidence that we just saw what culminated with Taiwan and the Taiwanese stock exchange and our Eswatini stock exchange. How excited are you, Mkhaya, before Nguvalelis?
It's really exciting because uma ngabe tinhlangothi letahlukene especially kulamanye mave in the Taiwan Stock Exchange they are also bringing the technical expertise kwekuthi basebenzisane kubukeke ukuthi engabe kungakhuliswa kanjani la eveni tindzaba tawo umnotfo netindzaba tawo ukuthi engabe tindzaba teguquguquka kwesimo selitulu tibukwe ukuthi tisetshenzwa kanjani. So it's really exciting and we are yet to see ukuthi ngabe kutawukhula vele kume kanjani even the relationship between the two countries.
Thank you Nelly for joining us. Bongosi ngetinye ke tintfutfuko leti tawubona live la kaNgwane liphefumula kutemnotfo the operationalization of the special economic zones. Sethembe ukuthi ke ngumsebenzi otawuhamba kahle kakhulu asibahlole emakethe sibuya noZibusiso Tembe from Nedbank Eswatini kukhulumisa the financial markets of the day.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. And you can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any Nedbank branch using our TV license account number 1199004337. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Kujala masada mahle kunathi lesa.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu sivile sive sithi khulumeni.
Welcome back to the program. We're joined by Nozibusiso Dembe to talk financial markets. Nozibusiso, perhaps, before we even start our conversation, we're receiving new information right now from the Ministry of Natural Resources and Energy that Nzonga Petroli yakupuga. We do want to obviously look at the reasons behind that, but maybe before we look at the reasons behind that, here's the statement. I think we may want, just to highlight the text in bold. Unleaded petrol and diesel 50 ppms will increase by 1 lilangeni 10 cent, whilst illuminating paraffin will increase by 50 cents per litre. So these new fuel prices shall come into effect at midnight on Thursday, the 7th of March 2024, effective Friday, the 8th of March 2024. This provides us an opportunity maybe to look at the reasons behind this. What is happening geopolitically could be the effects. I can only assume you are the expert here.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to all your viewers. The statement by the government of Eswatini cites two main reasons for the increase. The first being an increase in oil prices, and then the second being the weakening of the Swazililangeni against major currencies. So historically, with oil prices, we've seen a decrease in the price of oil, and this was due to limited supply and increased demand. And OPEC, in a quest to try and manage the decrease in the price of oil, has been limiting supply further. So what that has done, evidently, is increase the price of Brent crude oil slowly, and we are now seeing the effects of it. I think South Africa initially increased the price of oil, and now we are following suit.
And I guess that could be a perfect segue to look at, equities for the day. Let's look at the overview, maybe, the three major indicators. What is it that is really driving the market right now?
Thank you so much. So with equities, we have the three major indicators, which is the S&P 500, the FTSE 100, and the JSE All-in Index. All those indices are currently showing that there is a loss in stock prices, currently driven by declining prices for tech companies. We recently announced that, heard an announcement that Apple has lost a lot of mileage in its stock prices due to an announcement in China that there've been decrease in the sales of iPhones. So Apple was then followed suit by Netflix prices decreasing, Microsoft prices decreasing, and we can see this in the numbers here that show a major decrease in stocks in general.
Yeah. Ngabe nasibuka ke nyalo lelangeni compared to the three major currencies, the United States dollar, maybe nje nasi ingacala lapho with everything that's happening in America, the politics, kunenje lokwenteka. I think you've also cited some of the major companies in Silicon Valley laba nemithelela nabo in the financial markets. Lilangeni lime kanjani?
Okay, so in terms of currencies, we've seen the ZAR gain quite a bit of strength against the major currencies, with the US dollar currently trading at 18.8933, the euro trading at 20.5446, the pound trading at 24.0212. And the main driver for the rand strength in the past week, earlier in the week, we had our Purchasing Managers Index numbers, which showed a recovery of factory activity in South Africa. And then secondly, and probably more significantly, we had information on the GDP of South Africa, which indicated that the fourth quarter GDP for 2023 increased marginally in South Africa. And the reason this is important is because in the third quarter of 2023, there was a marginal decrease in the GDP. And if there was another decrease in the fourth quarter, that would have caused a technical recession. And nobody wants to go down that road.
Yeah.
So I think the market showed signs of relief, and we saw rand strength because of that.
It's quite interesting because, when you look at the U.S. markets, we're just, discussing them with another economist. Could see they were closing down. And, today it's a different story. And tomorrow is probably another different story. What really affects this in America in particular?
Markets are very volatile.
Right.
There's a lot of things happening. What's been topical of late is inflation numbers. Inflation numbers have really been affecting interest rates. We saw that a lot, I think, in the past couple of weeks. But right now, I think we're just riding off the rand strength that we're finally achieving, which will help our importer clients to buy foreign currency at a lower rate than they would have previously done that.
Yeah, let's look at commodities, and I mean, petrol, and I suppose as the graphic is about to go up on screen, we will be able to look at all these numbers, extending what is really affected in Zaba commodities, Brent crude oil. It's a different case from what is happening with the
Okay. In terms of commodities, I think we've spoken a little bit about our Brent crude oil. It has a slight increase, and that's affecting the price of oil, of fuel lately. But on the gold side, we're seeing a price of $2,126.51 per ounce. And I think what's interesting in this week is that we've seen gold reach highs that it hasn't reached before. So this week it broke a level of 2,100, which it had never done before. And I think that was an interesting experience to see in the market. This also is on the back of inflation. So the market is slowly realizing that inflation is taking longer to come back down, which means interest rates are then expected to stay higher for longer. At the moment, the expectation is that the US will decrease interest rates probably in June of this year. So we then see that translate into the price of gold as well.
Certainly looking forward to see how that is going to affect gold. And certainly, the market is dead for Lapayaka, and that's always been my biggest interest. So thank you so much for joining us on the program. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday. We've come to the end of our show for the day. Let's see you again tomorrow on Market View. Have a good day.
Make better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch was brought to you by Nedbank. from
Studio One is back on your screens with brand new episodes. Brand new episodes. Catch your favorite local artists, live performances, your movers and shakers, the hustlers, doing the work. Entertainment news, local and international, nothing but fresh vibes every Saturday at 6 p.m. Let's go. What are you doing on a Saturday evening? We got nothing but the best. Vibes from Goose.